Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Thank you for joining me for your 7-day reading. This reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Aquarius, the Pisces Collective. Spirit guides, what important messages do Pisceans need to hear for the upcoming week? They need some clarity about a situation, need to understand what's going on. What do they need to know for the upcoming week? Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. The Hierophant, okay, and the Five of Cups. The Hierophant represents tradition. It represents also order, structures, governmental agencies, institutions, things that are fixed and rigid. And then we have the Five of Cups, which deals with some sort of emotional regret, not being able to move on from the past. Some of you guys can be regretting a commitment or relationship. Regretting something you've done that was done from an impulse, or some of you guys could regret getting married to somebody or making commitment to someone this week. Ten of Swords, yeah. Sun card. The Four of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups. It's like, I'm not going to say you wrote a check your ass couldn't cash. I'm not going to say that. I'm saying that you may have made a commitment to someone prematurely because of some unresolved emotional issues from past relationships. This is like being on the rebound. So you could have gotten married to one person to avoid dealing with the fallout of another connection. We got the Ten of Swords and the Sun card. Yeah, okay. So, when you met this person that you're married to now, you could have been bragging about them on social media, very just ostentatious, and you were doing this to prove something to somebody else or prove something to yourself. You're really out there with this person. The Sun card and the Ten of Swords. But you were using this person to mask some sort of insecurity or feelings of betrayal within yourself. Somebody could have broken up with you, and instead of dealing with those feelings, you meet somebody else and you commit to them. And initially you're very happy because this person was like a crutch for you or a rebound. We got Four of Pentacles and Seven of Cups. Now you have to, I don't want to say keep the lie alive, but you're trying to save face with the Sun and the Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. You're trying to save face, but now you're confused about this situation or this dynamic, about what you really want. So you could have gotten married to somebody when you were in a low vibration, low frequency. You could have been broke. And this person was kind of used as an emotional, mental, or financial crutch for you. But now there's regret about doing that. You want to find out why. But you can't just abandon this situation because You've made a big deal about it in the first place. You were bragging about this person, how great they were. And you've committed to them. Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. Uranus is currently in Taurus. Whatever commitments you've made, you kind of want to get out of it. This could even be professionally, potentially. You could have made a commitment to a particular career path and it's not going anywhere, or it's not going the way you expected it to. And so now, instead of quitting and going somewhere else, you may be trying to hold on to it for your ego and to save face. You don't want to be seen as somebody who made a mistake or went in the wrong direction. We got Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. This is betrayal and an ending, and this is refusing to end something. An ending could also lead to some financial difficulties. So if you are getting divorced, that could break your pockets. So some of you guys may not get a divorce because you don't want to lose your money. You don't want to pay child support or alimony. So it's like you got married to the wrong person. They may not have done anything to make you feel this way. It could just been like you got married at the wrong time or for the wrong reasons. So now you're coming into some sort of awareness about this. Saturn is in your sun sign or your ascendant, and you're becoming aware of why you chose this person or why you got in this situation. It wasn't because of love. I'm not seeing love here. I'm seeing like, I don't want to be by myself. I want to prove something to somebody else. I want vindication. I need attention. I want validation. Like the reasons why you got married to somebody or committed to someone or something is biting you in the behind. You're now paying for that. You're now paying for avoiding the responsibility of dealing with your own issues before you jump into another relationship or make some sort of commitment. So two things may happen. Either an ending is here, but you don't want to let go because you're afraid of having to start over financially, or you're trying to avoid an ending because you want to save face and pretend as if nothing's wrong. Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. Scorpio kind of deals with like the confusion is because you don't want to let go of something or transition or transform or be seen as wrong. That would be an ego death because there's something about the situation that validates you socially. Being a husband, being a father, or being, a wife or whatever, and being on social media is like you're holding on to this connection because it represents something for you that has nothing to do with the reality of what this actually is. So I'm getting married to this person, not because I love them. I love the way they make me feel. I love the way they make me look, but I don't really love them like that. And you're finding it out now because now something's coming up where you're starting to see things for what they are, not just in that person, but also in yourself. So we go from 5, not to 9 of Cups or to 10 of Cups, to the 7, which is close to the 8. For very few of you, you guys could be receiving some sort of glowing up or leveling up financially. And you realize that by getting married to this person who was kind of like a financial burden for you, you're not able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So instead of you being able to enjoy all your money and your success, you got to take care of somebody else that you could have married for the wrong reasons. So what you were bragging about initially, right, being the man or the woman, paying all the bills and, being in charge, there's some regret about that because now you're depleted financially. 4 of Pentacles. You don't have as much resources. So you chose I'm going to say the wrong path, because all paths are right because they all lead to the same endpoint, the same outcome. You chose a path that led you here, which is leading to your enlightenment and awareness about why you chose this person or this career path and how that sort of how those decisions were indicative of some deeper issues you were trying to avoid. So I don't want to deal with my own insecurities and my own fear and my own whatever. I'm going to choose somebody who I have control over, or who makes me look good, or something like that. I'm going to choose the right person for the wrong reasons. I'm going to make a decision based on a low vibrational energy. Fear, paranoia, anger, jealousy, pettiness, vindictiveness, revenge. And then now you got to save face because you did all that. You went extra hard to prove a point to somebody. And now you're regretful of the fallout of that situation. I don't know how it's manifesting, but you're not happy here. But you got to keep the lie alive for your ego. That's not going to work for the long term. That's not going to last. Clarify the Hierophant card and the Five of Cups, please, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. The Hierophant and the Five of Cups for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The Emperor, a husband. Eight of Pentacles, hard at work. Knight of Pentacles. King of Swords. Hierophant. Three of Cups. And the Queen of Swords is here too. Five of Wands, Seven of Wands. Yeah. So this is a very egotistical person. We got the King of Swords and the Emperor here. And the Hierophant again. This is somebody who's used to being the boss, in charge, a leader. Who's like, I don't know, they have a lot of power or responsibility or something like that. This is a person who finds validation in their career, or how much money they make, or who they're married to. Some of you guys got Pisces in the 7th house, or Virgo ascendant, potentially. So you find, you find validation. This is Pisces. I would say Pluto and Libra and the Sun in the 7th house, potentially. Okay. So yeah, some of you guys, you know, you were looking for validation in the wrong places, and you got it initially. You did get it. The Sun is here. But now you're kind of trapped and stuck to an idea or lifestyle or a relationship or a career that's not what you want. You regret making this decision. It could have been for practical reasons, like finances. It could have been for emotional reasons, because you don't want to be lonely. It could have been for your ego, social status. Do you regret getting back into something with somebody, or making a decision? Initially, you were like, again, bragging about it. You were happy about something, but it's not turning out the way you want it. Something's always off here. It doesn't feel right. And it's hard for you to get out of it, because you may need the job for security. You may need the marriage. It's cheaper to keep her. So if you get a divorce or break up, you got to pay alimony, child support. Like, you know that walking away from this will cause you to be here. But you're currently here now. So this is like what may have to happen. You may have to lose face, or I don't say be judged, but you know, if you were bragging extra hard about a relationship or marriage or a job or how much money you made, and now that's gone, I mean, that's on you for doing that in the first place. Not to say it's okay, but it'll be, you know, somebody made a commitment that they want to get out of, but they're in too deep now. They're in too deep. Ooh, I don't want to think about who this. I just thought about somebody. Damn, they're in too deep. Somebody's in too deep, and they want to get out, but they can't, because a lot's riding on them, either their reputation or their financial situation at home, their family. Like, a lot's riding on them, and they regret getting into this so deeply. But I guess they got to see it through now. They have no other recourse. Clarify the Four of Pentacles and they have no other recourse. You have to sacrifice something, or else you'll stay here miserable or even here. You guys could be here right now. Clarify the Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. No, Ten of Swords and the Sun card, please. Clarify the Ten of Swords and the Sun card for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Empress, Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Okay, this could be a love relationship, a marriage. Emperor and Empress is here. And the Ace of Wands represents a new beginning. So yeah, some of you guys could have got married to somebody else for the wrong reasons. And now you're like reminiscing about a past relationship where you could have done things differently. But you've done so much in this new relationship that you're in, or this new marriage, to prove that you weren't the bad guy or you weren't the one in the wrong, that now things are falling apart in this relationship and you don't want to backtrack because you're in too deep here. Hold on a second, guys. You may feel like you're in too deep to turn back now. Everybody knows your business. They know how much money you make. They know, I don't know, you're about your marriage business or your relationship situation. You've been bragging about something with the Sun card. Like you were showing it off, or just, but something is so not right. But it's like you got to save face. You're going to stay in this situation to save face because, I don't know, so a really important aspect of your identity is connected to this situation, whether it's a career or relationship. And you've found validation in that, but something is wrong. This is not a healthy dynamic. This could be a loveless marriage, a marriage based on convenience, living in two different homes. Like you don't want people to know, like there's something that's going on within the home or your business or career that would affect your social status, the Hierophant and the Sun card. And you don't want to look bad because again, you went all out. Someone could be having an affair and you know about it. Like you could be in an open marriage, but you don't want anybody else to know because you went so hard bragging about how perfect your man was or how perfect your life was. But this man's cheating on you and you're in a loveless relationship. King of Swords. I don't see many cups here except the Seven of Cups, which is confusion, and the Two of Cups, which is, the Five of Cups, which is regret, remorse, looking to the past, regretting how you acted. And now it's coming back to bite you. Something you did in the past is coming back to bite you publicly because you went extra hard in public to make your other people look bad. So it's like almost like you wanted to make it seem like your life was so perfect. You had wedding photos all over social media, or you were bragging about how much money you had, lifestyle, whatever the case may be, how big your house is, but behind the scenes something is collapsing. Saturn is in Pisces. Jupiter's in Gemini. Something is collapsing because something needs to be liberated or freed. Jupiter in Gemini is liberation and freedom from a household responsibility or duty obligation or some sort of emotional connection. But the freedom and the liberty that you'll get from leaving this behind will have some consequences in public or financially or both, especially if you're like a influencer or a celebrity. You could have went so hard for this relationship, bragging about how good your life is, and behind the scenes your man or your woman is sleeping with somebody else, and you know that. You're aware of it. This is a marriage of like, it's kind of an open relationship, something like that. It's not what people think it is. You could just be business partners now. And so you could have made a career or built your career or your persona on doing the very thing that is now coming back to bite you in the behind. Like Wendy Williams almost. And now you regret some of the decisions you made in the past. You regret Like the Hierophant is, again, an institution. This could be a celebrity. You regret building an identity because this is your 11th house. No, I'm sorry. This is your 3rd house. The 3rd house, the house of communication and writing and thinking and speaking, whatever. You could have built an identity or a platform or your celebrity or your business off of talking about people, maybe. Like now you're an institution, but there's stuff happening now in your personal life that would make you a target for the same level of ridicule and vitriol you gave to other people. And now you got to save face. You can't let people know what's going on behind the scenes because that would make you the story. It would make you sort of like a victim of your own success in a sense. So you got to keep the lie alive and like hold on to this fallacy. You kind of regret something you've done because now your life is kind of turning out the same way as some of the people, or it's your life is, it's almost like I'll give you an example. Like Kim Kardashian got popular for her booty, her fake booty, and the way she looks, right? But now that she's older, people are comparing the way she looks now to the way she looked before and saying, oh, she's old now. She's washed. She looked better 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So the very thing that she used to become Kim Kardashian, her beauty, her looks, is being weaponized against her now. Because she's obviously older. Doesn't mean she looks bad, but in this country, in this world, if you're over 40 or over 35, you're seen as an old woman, and you look, as you age, you get old, you look older. So Kim Kardashian was popping when she was in her early 20s. She's now in her early 40s. 2 totally different decades. She got 4 kids now. And now the very thing that she used, like her behind or her beauty, to get on is being used against her to invalidate her celebrity in general, right? Something like that. You were bragging about something or showing off, and now that's being used as a weapon against you. Clarify the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, please. Clarify the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, please. For Pisces. You could be dealing with Gemini. Clarify the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, please. For Pisces. The Ace of Swords. Honest, clear communication, telling the truth. 9 of Pentacles. Yes, somebody may be single, or somebody may tell you, I don't want to be married no more. I'm done with this. And you're like, no, or maybe, yeah, but if you get a divorce after all this whole performance of charade you put on the social media, then you'll be judged for that because you judge other people for not having what you had at the time. That's why you were bragging about it, right? So, yeah, this is making a commitment or writing a check you're behind couldn't cash, because now you have to deal with the very thing that you were, I guess, using against other people to put yourself above them. Hierophant. So, wow. That's kind of intense. But Saturn is in your sign. So Saturn does deal with like karmic retribution and having to deal with the consequences of our actions from the past, whether personally or you know, publicly. So you may not be going through this publicly. You could be dealing with this behind the scenes. This could also be relevant to Virgo sun signs, because this would be like a marriage falling apart behind the scenes, but in public you gotta keep face. You gotta, you know, maintain the image, because of all the effort you put into proving to the world that this was the best man ever. He ain't going nowhere. Whatever, right? And now, yeah, you're kind of in a quandary. Message for Pisces, please. Are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention that I need. Name all the things you love. So Also, how can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? What am I most afraid of losing? Yeah, this is afraid of loss. Something's already gone. Name all the things you love. I give myself all the love and attention I need. And you were doing things for attention. Like the sun is like being public or very outgoing or showing off. And people will remember that. Ten of Swords. They'll remember how you made them feel when you were showing off, flossing, something like that. It's like somebody bragging about how much money they have, how many cars they got, how beautiful they are, whatever, their marriage, and then using that as a way to justify how they were treating other people. Like, I got it all together, and you don't. But you don't have it all together, and now you got to try to keep the lie alive and hold on to this fake life. You kind of regret being an asshole, maybe, to other people, because now that's going to loop right back around to you, and probably even more than you imagined with the Ten of Swords, because you could have gained a whole lot from whatever you were doing. You could have gained a lot of support, a lot of money, a lot of clout, fame, popularity, power, but that energy is being matched with whatever blowback you may get from telling the truth about having a fake marriage, doing whatever. Something you did maybe coming out. Not even coming out. It's like you chose a path in your career or relationships, and then you bragged about it to make somebody else feel some kind of way, which is why it will come back to you in this way. So the way you made other people feel, other people will now make you feel after this falls apart, either career or relationship, because you were bragging so hard. At the Sun card, you were showing off. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? You weren't very kind to yourself, other people. Growing our self-love is a medicine in this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you're able to give the world more grace. And I don't think you did that. And I think you regret doing that. I think you regret judging people for not having what you have or something like that. You were judging people for not being married or not having what you have or some nonsense. Because you're bragging about stuff. And people usually brag when they want people to see them a certain way, which is like above them. I'm winning. Look at me. Get it together. You need to get it together. You need to get on the winning team. Be like me, right? Something like that. So that was kind of what you were alluding to. You may have said that overtly, but okay. I'm thinking about Tamar from the Braxtons. She's a Pisces, right? This is what she went through with Vince and herself. Like, she was bragging about how wonderful Vince was. He was the best, this, and the third. And then it turns out their marriage was a mess too. And it's a hot mess. So people had the same energy for her that she had for her sisters. And it was even worse because it was like, well, look at you now. Talking all this shit about your sisters. And Tamar was doing that and to make it seem as if she was like, she had the authority to treat them the way that she was treating them because her life was so together. That kind of mess. Okay. Look at yourself with a grace filter. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. Release the inner critic, Ten of Swords and Four of Pentacles. What are they going to think about me if I get a divorce? What would they think about me if I change my career? If I tell them I'm broke? Something like that. Release the inner critic and fill in that hole with your soul's truth that you are infinite, you are loved, and you are already there. And you may not have felt like you were loved or good enough without those things, without this career or this big house or this nice car or this money or this husband or whatever, right? What am I most afraid of losing? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go. Ten of Swords, of something that once was. And you have to let go of something. Either it's a relationship or social media identity or money or something to make room for what will be. If you were to take the leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? And that Sun card made you feel like you belonged. This marriage or this career or this money or this house or whatever status you acquired made you feel loved and like you belonged. Look at the whole world loves me. Everybody wants to be like me. They look up to me. But that was a facade. Name the fear and look at the worst case scenario. You will survive this. It's not a big deal. It's just that your ego may get cracked, which Saturn does do. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you're going. Today's mantra: I move forward knowing that I am powerful, but I am beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Again, you may not feel loved or safe or like you belonged or like you were worthy of anything without the external validation that society gave you by having the nice house, big, nice car, husband, wife, whatever. Social status symbols, 10th house stuff. Jupiter is now your 4th, opposed in the 10th house, which is where Sagittarius is. And Saturn is making a square to your 10th by being in your 1st house. So there could be an ego death or death to personality, financial losses, potentially relationship losses. Like, a lot is going on. And the house of cards may be about to fall down for you, Pisces, but you'll be fine. It's just that the house of cards is fake. You're still loved and valued and special. It's just that now you can live in this space where you give more grace to other people instead of looking down on them for not having what you have, which you could have been doing to make yourself feel better about your own insecurities. Or this could have been you getting married to somebody to, I guess, make somebody else look or feel bad. And now that marriage is backfiring on you. And so now you got to deal with your own shit, right? And not blame the other person for why you are the way you are. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. If you want to order a personal reading, the link is in the description box. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.